Hey everyone and welcome to the club. Today I'll be showing you how to draw Chibi Natsu from Fairy Tail. Let's get started on the left side. I'm going to draw the upper eyelid. So I'm going to start on the outside and curve down and in. Nice gradual curve coming in. We're going to do the same thing on the right side. So I'm going to leave a gap in the center. Starting on the right side, we're going to curve up and then out. On the ends here, I just want to round out the side of the eye. So I'm going to take this point and just curve it down and in. Do the same thing on the right side. Curve it down and pull that inwards. On the inside of the eye, I just want to step back just a little bit and just draw an angled line coming in. So starting on the left side, I'm going to step back, just draw an angled line coming down. Do the same thing on the right side. I'm going to go back in and just thicken up the upper eyelid. Starting on the left side, on the outside here, I just want to trace back just below it and just taper it to the inside. We do the same thing with the outside. We're going to start at the top, starting out wide and just tapering towards the bottom. Fill in any open gaps. Do the same thing on the right side. Starting from the top, just come down the side, fill that in black, and then again along the top, just going to thicken it up towards the outside, filling up any white areas. I'm going to go in and tuck in the pupils underneath the eyelid. So starting on the left side, we're going to draw like a half oval. Starting at the top, we'll come down. We're just going to pull this up. On the left side, I'm just going to draw a smaller oval, starting from the top corner, coming down, and then pulling that back up. We'll do the same thing on the right side. Starting on the inside, we'll come down, and we're going to pull that back up underneath the eyelid. Going back to the left side, we're going to draw the highlight. A little tiny oval like this. We're going to color those in black. I'm going to draw in the eyebrows after I've drawn in the hair bangs, but let's go down here and draw in the mouth. So just underneath the left eye, we're going to start down here, curve down in the middle, and back up towards the right side for the mouth. Down in the middle, back up on the right side. We're going to connect those 2 points again with the lower part of the mouth, coming down a little bit further. Starting on the left, curve down. We'll pull this back up on the right side. We're going to add in some teeth. So on the left side here, I'm just going to curve along the middle towards the center, leaving a gap. We're going to do the same thing on the right side, just curving up towards the right. On the ends here, I just want to draw in a little line. So starting at the top on the left, stepping in, draw an angled line coming across, and fill all that in black. Clean that up a little bit on the end. Do the same thing on the right. Starting at the top, just angle in, and we'll just color all that in black. Now let's go up to the top and draw in the hair bangs. I'm going to start with the one that's sort of pointing upwards, just above the left eye right here. Start in the center, curving up and over towards the right. I'm going to take that point and just taper it down, curving down and right in towards the middle of the head. I'm going to add a couple of hairs along the bottom edge here. So right on the left side, I'm just going to pull a couple lines going up, and then from the top, I'm just going to curve down, just to add a little bit of hair detail. Now we're going to add a hair bang coming down towards the right eye. Starting from this point, I'm going to curve down right on top of the eyelid. I'm going to curve this back up, tapering out, going up to about there. We're going to add a little hair strand. So in the center tip right here, we're going to curve up and over towards the left. Going back to the left side here, we're just going to draw one hair bang coming down towards the side of the eye here. Starting from this point, we're going to curve around the eyelash and then down towards the side of the eye. I'm going to curve that back up. Going up and tapering out right about there. Go back to the tip. Just going to add a hair fiber coming across like that. Let's do another one on this side. Now we're going to layer this in behind this hair bang. So stepping down, curving out, and down. Now we're going to taper this back up, going back up along the side of the head to right about there. And again, we're just going to add another curve on the inside. Now that we've got the hair bangs, I can layer the eyebrows in underneath. So they're basically two angled lines coming in. Starting above the left eye, we're going to step up here and just draw an angled line going over that line. Going across and then in. We'll do the same thing on the right. Just overlapping, going up behind the hair bang, go up in an angle. Now on the inside, I just want to draw a short straight line going up on both sides. Now I'm going to take these 2 points and just taper to a tip on the outside of the eyebrow. So over here on the left, I'm just going to taper it in towards the center. On the right, we're going to go out, aiming towards the top point right here. It's a little bit narrower. Now on the right side here, there's a little bit of a frown line wrinkle. So I'm going to start just beside the eyebrow, curving down, and I'm going to hook this back in, just around the eyebrow. Now let's go in and draw on the bottom of the face. So I'm going to take the tips of these hair bangs and just curve it just underneath the mouth. Starting on the left side, I'm going to curve in, and then just below the mouth, I'm going to continue this up towards the right side. Up towards that tip. Now we're going to go to the side of the head and just start layering the spikes all the way to the top of the head. So on the left side, we're going to step up, I'm going to draw a curve, going down, and then up towards the left. Now I'm going to taper this back up. Going up. We're not going to go all the way towards the hairband, we're just going to leave a little gap there. Let's do the same thing on the right. So stepping up, curving down, and out towards the right. And again, pulling this up so it tapers towards the hairband. We're going to add a couple lines inside. So from the tip, I'm just going to curve in. Do the same thing on the right side. Now underneath these spikes, we're going to layer in the ear. So I'm going to step over and just curve right in towards the side of the head. Alongside the side of the head here, I'm just going to hook the inner ear going out. We'll do the same thing on the right side. Curving around, in towards the side of the head, then down here, just curve it out. We're going to add a couple hair spikes just behind the head and behind the ear. So on the left side, just below the earlobe, I'm going to curve it out. I'm going to curve and tuck this in behind the head. Do the same thing on the right. Curving out, and then tucking this in behind the head. Well, again, we're going to add a little hook in here, so that from the tip, just curve up. On the right, we'll do the same thing. Now let's continue drawing the spikes up here on the side of the head. So from the left side, we're going to overlap that line. Right beside the bang, we're going to curve it upwards. Now we're going to pull that back in. So coming down and just tapering it out. Do the same thing on the right side. So overlapping, curving up. Now we're going to bring that back in. Bring that back in. Again, we're going to go to the tips, just curve it down. Now right in this area here, I'm going to add one spike going up. So just in this area, I'm going to draw a curve going up. I'm going to pull that back in behind this front bang. Just curving that in. From that tip, again, we're just going to draw another curve going around. On the side in this empty gap here, we're going to add another spike. So we're going to overlap that point, coming down, we'll curve it up. Pull that back in, and then again going to the tip, just pull another curve going around. I'm going to add a couple more spikes in this empty area right here. So beside this spike, just coming down here, we're going to curve up and out towards the right, and we'll taper it back down. Again from the tip, I'm just going to curve it down, and we're going to layer one in behind this spike, going up here, curving out towards the right, then again tapering it down. We'll go back to the tip and just pull another curve coming down. Now we're going to add in the spikes along the top of the head. So right in this area right here, right beside the spike, I'm going to curve up in towards the middle. Curving up. Now I'm going to curve that back down, just tapering it down towards the middle of the head. Again, we're going to add another curve coming across. We're going to add one large one on the side here. So right in behind the spike, I'm going to curve up and out towards the right. I'm going to curve this down. Right there, and again adding another curve. On the side here, we're going to add another spike curling up just like we did on the left. So we're going to overlap that line, and curve it up. Now we're going to taper this back. Coming in, right about there. Again from the tip, let's curve it down. I want to fill this little empty area in with another spike. So we're going to step up, curve it out. Now we tuck this in behind this front spike. Curving down. And then finally from the tip, we'll just curve another line coming down there. Okay, so now that we got the head, let's work our way down the body. So I'm going to start with a scarf first. So on either side of the head, on the left side, I'm going to start by drawing a curve coming in towards the center of the body. We're going to leave a gap, going back towards the right side, we'll curve in the opposite direction. Now I'm going to draw on the bottom of the scarf, just to show a little fold here. I'm going to step down, just draw a curve. It's almost like an oval going around. We'll tuck this back in on the right side. Now I want to add that little checkerboard pattern in the scarf. So I'm going to start in the middle with a straight line. Now as we work our way out, we're just going to bend the line and just kind of fan it out this way. So I'm going to move over, curve down, stepping over again, we're going to curve out, and one final time on the side. Do the opposite on the right side. We're going to curve out towards the right, curve out towards the right, and one final one up here. Now we're going to add the lines going in the opposite direction. So we're going to add one. From the side here on the left, we'll curve down in the middle, and then back up on the right side. Let's add the end of the scarf coming down on the right side here. So in the middle, we're going to shift over towards the right, draw a straight line coming down. We're going to move over towards the side of the body and curve out, and then down. We're going to connect those 2 points with a curve. We're going to add the little tassels along the bottom of the scarf. So we're going to step up, draw another curve. Now along here, we're just going to add a series of vertical lines, just spaced out evenly all the way across from left to right. Now we're going to add that checkerboard pattern in here. We're going to step up, draw one curve, step up again, and draw a second curve. We're going to add the lines coming down vertically. So on the side here, curve down towards the bottom, and then one more on the right side. From here, I'm going to go in and tuck in the sides of the body. Now I want to draw a curve coming down from the left side down towards the waist. Starting up here, we'll curve out and then down. Now because we have the scarf in the right side, we don't have to draw that curve. We're going to come in along the bottom, towards the middle, leaving a gap. I'm going to draw a little bit of a curve on the right side here. From this point, I want to curve up and underneath the scarf. We do the same thing on the right side, curving up and out. Let's add a little trim. So we're just going to follow these two lines on the inside, coming across and then back up. On the sleeves, I'm just going to add a little bit of trim. So we're going over on the left side, we'll curve down in behind the vest. On the right beside the scarf, we'll curve down in behind the scarf there. Now in between the vest, I'm going to add in the belt. So just above these 2 points, we're going to step up, draw a straight line across, then move up and draw one more. And then in the middle, I'm just going to draw a circle for the belt buckle. Now we're going to draw in the bottom edge of the sarong. So in the middle here, I'm going to curve down and out. On the right side, we'll do the same thing. We're going to curve the bottoms out. So on the left side, we're going to curve up slightly. Do the same thing on the right side. Now I'm going to pull this up underneath the vest, leaving a little overlap. So we're going to curve that in there. And on this side, we're just going to tuck this in underneath the scarf. Then again, we're just going to add a little trim. So up here, we're just going to step up, curving in, and then up underneath the belt. We'll do the same thing on the right. Going in behind the scarf, down, and then along the bottom. Now we're going to tuck the legs in underneath the bottom of the sarong. So in the middle here, I'm just going to draw a little curve, going from left to right. We're going to draw the inside of the pant. So in the center, I'm going to move over towards the left a little bit and just curve out towards the left. Leaving a gap, we'll curve out towards the right. Now we're going to draw in the inside of the leg. From this point on the left, I'm going to curve down towards the heel. Do the same thing on the right side. Now we're going to curve the bottom of the feet. So from this point, I just want to curve down and out towards the left. Curve down and out towards the right. From here, I'm going to draw on the top of the feet. So I'm going to start on the left side. We're going to curve up the top and just come down just a little bit on the inside. So right about there. I'm going to draw on the sole for the sandal. I'm going to step up and just draw a curve going across like this. Let's do the same thing on the right side. I'm going to start right here, curving the top of the foot, then down towards the toe. I'm going to add that trim for the sandal going across. Now I can go in and just continue this line and curve it down towards the sole on both sides. I'm going to move over and just draw the top strap. So we're going to move over and just taper towards the top of the foot. On the right side, I'm going to layer some toes in behind the sandal. So on the left side here, I'm just going to draw curves. 1, 2, and then I'll add one more on the end. We'll do the same thing on the right side. Curving in the opposite direction. Now from the top of the feet, I just want to curve the outside of the leg going underneath the sarong. So right here, we're just going to curve up. Up and in. We want to add the bottom edge of the pant. So from these corners, I just want to curve down and out towards the side of the leg on both sides. I'm going to step down and draw that same curve again for the bottom trim of the pant. And on the side here, we're just going to add the little ribbon. So right here, we're going to curve out, square it off. I'm going to pull this back into that starting point, just curving back in. Do the same thing on the right. So right here, we're going to curve up and out. Just draw a straight line at the end. Curve this back in towards the leg. We're going to add the back strap on the sandal. So from this point, we're going to move over towards the right and just curve towards the back of the heel. Draw that twice. So stepping in, draw another strap. We'll do the same thing on the right side. Let's finish this off with the arms. So I'm just going to have the arms coming down into fists. So we're going to start at the bottom of the sleeve, curving down and out toward the left. I'm going to round out the thumb. So a little half circle coming around. I'm going to put a little bracket at the end of the thumb. At the bottom of the thumb here, swirl around the bracket and pull it up. Now we're going to layer the fingers going up this way. So we're going to step down, do another curve. Now the last finger is going to curve out and then come in towards the base of the shoulder. So right here I'm going to go out, and as we get to the top I'm just going to pull it into right about there. I want to overlap the shoulder on top of this line. So we're going to step down, curve out in behind the scarf. Let's do the same thing on the right side. Starting down here, we're going to curve down and out by the little half circle for the thumb. Then we'll add a little bracket at the end of the thumb. At the bottom of the thumb, we're just going to swirl around the first finger and pull it up. Going down here, the second finger. Now the third finger is going to go around the side of the arm, going out and pulling into about where the shoulder would be, right here. We're going to overlap the shoulder over that line, pulling in behind the scarf. Let's add the little wristband here. So from the wrist right here, we're going to curve across to the outside of the arm. We draw that twice, stepping up, draw another curve going out. You might see a little bit of the tattoo on the shoulder here. So I'm going to start at the base of the shoulder. It's going to curve around and then up. I'm going to add a little bit of a hook. So I'm just going to pull a straight line across, come in with a very short line, and I'm just going to trace this back in. We'll curl this back to the outside of the shoulder, and that's pretty much it. There we have it. There's Chibi Natsu from Fairy Tail. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Make sure you subscribe and send us your requests in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.